Bears on the run. Alex Jones and the GCN Radio Network.
Sold out for weeks due to the difficult and extensive proprietary process behind its creation, the exclusive InfoWars Life Secret 12 formulation is now back in stock. This ultra-clean vitamin B12 nutraceutical has been carefully crafted and developed over the last 2 years and is based on cellular science of how your body actively absorbs essential nutrients. Most forms of vitamin B12 are highly processed and synthetic and could not be properly absorbed by the body. Secret 12 is a binary of nutramedical grade, bioavailable coenzyme forms of B12, methylcobalamin, the same kind used in B12 injections, and adenosylcobalamin, the most bioactive form that has been created with our proprietary process. Secret 12 is taken by mouth, right on the tongue, and then swallowed. No needles, no injections. Don't take my word for it. Try it for yourself. Discover the secret. Secret 12. Supplies of Secret 12 are very limited. Secure yours today at InfoWarsLife.com or by calling toll-free 888-253-3139. For all of recorded history, civilizations around the world praised the health benefits of silver. At InfoWars Life, our mission is to bring you the highest quality, purest, cleanest, effective colloidal silver on the market today for the lowest price available. You don't have to be a doctor to know. The fall and winter months are the most dangerous time of year in North America when it comes to you and your family's health. InfoWarsLife.com is very excited to announce our biggest run yet of Silver Bullet colloidal silver, exclusively available at InfoWarsLife.com. Now, InfoWarsLife.com has taken colloidal silver to the next level using a cutting-edge technique that is free of toxic artificial additives. Now more than ever, it's important to stock up on high-quality Silver Bullet from InfoWarsLife.com. No survival chest is complete without Silver Bullet. Secure your Silver Bullet today at InfoWarsLife.com or by calling toll-free 888-253-3139. Silver Bullet. When cells become toxic, they die early and aging sets in. No one has put together a formula that focuses directly on brain health, nerve growth factors, and optimizing your cellular energy at the same time. Just one of the key compounds, BioPQQ, is backed by major clinical studies. You want the best that's out there at the lowest price anywhere? We now have the synergistic solution. Secure your DNA Force today at InfoWarsLife.com or call toll-free 888-253-3139.
The average person's life is filled with unexpected challenges. Unlock the energy it takes to defeat these daily beasts with super male or super female vitality, specifically designed to assist the body in regulating proper hormone balance to create superior vitality in males and females. Supercharge and conquer your world at InfoWarsLife.com or call 188-253-3139.
Listening to an InfoWars.com frontline report. It's Alex Jones.
Guest joining us, have been on his syndicated radio and /TV program many times. Richie Allen will be joining us to talk geopolitical developments worldwide and what's happening inside the New World Order. Again, I'm your host, Alex Jones. I've been spending much of the last 30 minutes on the NRA head. Obama hates the Second Amendment, acting like a dictator. They need to put out alerts to their 4 or 5 million members. They need to do fundraisers on this issue, and they need to call for repeal of all the major gun laws that have only increased crime since their institution. And we've got all the statistics to show that. It's been concealed carry that's driven down crime the last 25 years all over the United States. But you see in the 60s with the Gun Control Act and other legislation brought in that it's only used and selectively enforced on law-abiding citizens. I want to finish up with this clip, then I'm going to get into China has announced plans for a world currency. While Obama guts the U.S. military, Russia prepares for war. Boots on the ground, U.S. military instructors arrive in Ukraine. Obama, we now have video of it, calls illegals Americans in waiting while threatening ICE agents. McCain troubled by Iranian help battling ISIS. And that ties into this very important article that's up on Infowars.com. You guys print me a copy of it. I had it, but I just can't find it. Thank you. Iraqis have evidence U.S. arms Islamic State terrorist. Now, the Iraqi prime minister came out a month ago and said this. Well, now his top generals have come out. They're going to release the proof next week that they're doing airdrops of artillery, M16s, weapons, you name it, using third-party groups directly to ISIS. Yeah, they just like our government funded the Iran-Iraq war between the two different sides from 81 to 87, and over 1 million people died on the Iranian side, 300,000 or 400,000 on the Iraqi side. It was meant to debilitate both sides of the conflict. Even though Saddam was our big ally, he was being set up and maneuvered for destruction because he was a secular leader and let women go to college and had rock and roll music on the radio, and Playboy was sold in stores. And I'm not saying that that's the mark of a great free country. I'm just saying he was the opposite of ISIS, the opposite of Al-Qaeda. And that's why there were all the made-for-TV movies and shows demonizing the poor CIA officer who was trained at age 20 in 1949 through 1952 as a top assassin commando in Egypt. And also he traveled to the United States. You can look all this up. It's mainstream historical news, but back of the paper stuff. And was sent to the United States and trained at Langley. Was sent in to try to kick the communists out. After that, there in Iraq for about a decade as a covert operative. He shot up the president's vehicle himself, got wounded, got taken back out of the country. They then told the Baathists, let him be the head of your security force, make a deal with the CIA. This was in the early 60s, late 60s by then, and we won't kill you or destabilize you. So the Baathists then stopped getting their support from Russia, flip sides to the United States, and then in 1979, the CIA with Saddam Hussein staged a coup to put him into power. He then followed orders and launched a war against Iran 2 years later. And you see what it got Saddam Hussein. Blamed for 9/11, which he had nothing to do with, and which he said, and I'm not lionizing him. The point is, he was an absolute made-in-USA creation who followed orders and who, quite frankly, under an Eisenhower-type system, even though Eisenhower was out of power by the time Saddam got into power, Saddam Hussein was an older program of stabilization. By the 70s, they wanted destabilization, and so people like Saddam Hussein were put in to start wars with Iran. And I'm digressing into a basic Gestalt history lesson. You can go look it up for yourself. It's just very frustrating that Donald Rumsfeld, when he was Secretary of Defense the first time, went and met with Saddam many times. There's video of it. Gave him the weapons. The CIA directed with satellites and with dirigibles, tethered balloons, with the radar-guided cameras, how to direct his artillery, how to direct his helicopters, the wind patterns of when to spray nerve gas on the Kurds so it wouldn't blow back on his troops, i.e. World War I mistakes. And then they had the nerve to then say he gassed his own people. I mean, it's all these sick games that they play with us. Let me finish up with this NRA clip where they get into the bullets themselves, and then I'll get into Iraqis have evidence U.S. arms Islamic State. We have video of that as well. Let's go ahead and go to this clip.
And this sudden interest in the 5.56 so-called green tip ammunition that would effectively then, wouldn't be available to gun owners, rendering the gun not much use.
Well, he tried to ban ARs. He couldn't ban ARs from the American public, a popular sporting rifle, so now he's trying to ban AR ammunition. I mean, I actually brought a graphic that kind of explains this, where the one he's trying to ban is the 5.56. It's a small rifle cartridge. The thing is, if he can ban that because it pierces soft body armor, he can also ban the 30-06, which is next to it, a really popular hunting cartridge. He can ban the other two hunting cartridges, the 300 Win Mag, the 375. He can ban every cartridge in between that. In fact, under this standard, he can ban all rifle cartridges because all of them pierce soft body armor.
That's right. I mean, I earlier said that LaPierre basically agreed with my statement, so why not just actually play him saying it instead of just saying he said it? There you go. And to just see the NRA actually talking the talk and walking the walk and actually admitting reality, just reality. If we state the reality of what's going on, if we state the reality of how serious this is, the globalist will not be able to get away with it. But if the reality of the dictatorial takeover is something that we're not willing to talk about because it sounds scary or sounds kooky, we'll lose everything. The truth is, most countries in the world are run by kleptocrats, plutocrats, corrupt groups that never leave power. The few countries that have some private property rights, some due process, like the U.S., Switzerland, countries like that historically, the Dutch, in the Netherlands, are swimming in money, swimming in prowess, swimming in prosperity, swimming in security, swimming in power, swimming in innovation, swimming in freedom. It goes full circle. You got freedom, you got everything else, including freedom. Because prosperity breeds freedom. For a while. If you're an upright culture. If you're not, and if you don't value freedom, and if you're not territorial, and if you don't stand up for freedom, you will lose it. And into that vacuum will come the nastiest crooks, scumbags, and criminal control freak kleptocrats that you could ever imagine. And that's now what is being visited upon us. Hordes of locust-like criminals using legislative government to create law to create monopoly and shut down their competition and imprison and bankrupt the general public. So there you are. You look all over the Middle East, all over Latin America, all over Asia, all over Eastern Europe, all over the world, 9 times out of 10 or more, a country is a tyranny. And with it is stagnation and creepiness. You go to a third world creepy country, most of them are like that. Even if it's beautiful, even if they have resources, there's a creepiness to it. And there's poverty. And there's sewage running down the middle of the road. And people have evil looks in their eyes. And all the statistics show that. And that's where we're going. And I don't like it. But the control freaks want full power. And if that means they've got to take control, shut off the engines of prosperity to make you more manageable, they'll do it. Now, let's get into this report. Iraqis have evidence U.S. arms Islamic State terrorist. Do we have that clip ready? Iraqi Prime Minister says he will release documents soon. The head of the Badr organization in Iraq told Parliament on Thursday he has evidence the U.S. is arming the Islamic Army, according to a report carried by the Arabic language newspaper. And it goes on from there. The organization was previously known as the Badr Brigades, the military wing of the Iran-based Shia Islamic Party Supreme Council for Islamic Revolution in Iraq. And those are the folks in there now with their artillery defeating ISIS. Iranian media and other sources have claimed on at least 2 occasions U.S. military aircraft dropped weapons in areas held by Islamic State. The Iraqi intelligence sources reiterated the U.S. military planes have airdropped several aid cargoes for ISIL terrorists to help them resist the siege laid by the Iraqi army, security, and popular forces, Iraqi intelligence claimed in December. And then it goes into now the London-based organization Conflict Arrangement Research previously reported that ISIS fighters are using significant quantities of arms, including M16 rifles, marked property of U.S. government. In June, Aaron Klein, writing for WorldNet Daily, reported that members of ISIS were trained in 2012 by U.S. instructors working at a secret base in Jordan, according to information from Jordanian officials.